Hey, brothers and sisters, this is brother Bryan, brother Bryan Lobos. I wanted to talk about kindness. What is kindness? There's a lot of brothers and sisters who follow my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook, and you know, I truly, respect the sisters, who are you know, transparent. They're like, oh, brother Bryan, I've been getting that a lot lately. They're like, oh, they're like, forgive me. They comment on my channel. They're like, or on my Facebook, they're like, forgive me. If I don't reply to your private messages, it's just that you know, they're like the Lord convicted me or whoever. They convicted me, um, or my leaders convicted me. Convicted. I'm sorry. They admonished me not to talk to guys in private. And I'm very glad, that you guys are taking this into consideration, because I understand where you guys are coming from both sides, brothers and sisters. I was talking to to like a sister, on my channel, telling her that that is good, that she read that because we have to take care of our testimonies, brothers and sister. And the title of this pretty good is say don't confuse someone's kindness. Like just because someone, um, like I was telling the sisters that I also talk to other sisters in Christ. I talk to them. Sometimes I private message. There's one of them, who I'm very close to. I even met her in person like one time. There's another one who I met like two or three times in person or two times. You know, we met up at Starbucks, and I asked like brother Alex to come with me because I didn't want to go alone. Like her husband was at work the day she had a day off, and she wanted to like labor with me. We were like preaching outside of Food for Less. Here we are sending out gospel tracks while I was preaching, and other stuff. You know, again, I'm not like attacking no one. Please like don't mistwist my words. But the title of this video is like don't mistake people's kindness. That what I'm trying to get is that just because yeah, for you sisters, just because a brother cares about you, just because a brother messages you, maybe on a daily basis, I don't know, just because they're nice to you, maybe they help you in your walk, maybe you're a sister, you were backsliding, it doesn't mean that this person is interested in you. It doesn't mean that you are meant to have a relationship with this person. And I'm making this video because we gotta be very careful. We gotta guard our eyes. We gotta guard our hearts. Like it says in the Bible. You know, at my local church where I go, we also have that policy. Um, only people from the opposite sex. Like for example, if I see a sister, I need to give her this or take her hand, but no hugs. There's a no hugs policy in our church. For respect. Let alone when someone is married. You don't want to be like, for you brothers. You don't want to be making the sisters uncomfortable. I believe the Lord also convicted me about it. I've been seeking the Lord about it. Who does He want me to talk to? Who He doesn't want me to talk to? Because the Lord convicted me, like for example, giving away my number to like a lot of sisters. The Lord told me to stop doing that because, and one occasion I gave it to one sister was because I was in Arizona. I went to go visit a brother, where along with brother Alex we went to, and she was calling my Instagram, and I had my phone off. I wasn't taking a break from Instagram, but I just didn't want to be on there too much. The app. Don't get me wrong. I love my brothers and sisters in my church and outside of my local church. On Instagram and on Facebook, on YouTube. But I just can't be on the internet 24/7. So I'm like, let me give you my number in case you want to meet up with me in person. But I myself have strict policies. For the sisters. If you're married, let's say you live in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's say I'm gonna go preach. They're like, oh, brother Bryan, I want to go preach with you. You know what to do, sister. You must ask your husband. Say, may I please preach? With brother Bryan. He's gonna come to Nashville and ABC XYZ. If he says no, then don't go. Or go along with him. You could just say, tell your husband, babe, let's go meet up brother Bryan. He needs our help and da 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 da. Because I've never been to Nashville, Tennessee. No, I'm not planning to go to Nashville, but you never know. The Lord might send me to your city. He might send me to Detroit, Michigan. He might send me to Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know. So that goes for the brothers. Be very careful. I oftentimes, I'm a young man. I'm 29 years old. I like to speak about my experiences. I was telling this sister, who I truly loved in the Lord. Um, um, ah, sorry, I got stuck in words. Um, yeah, we just gotta be very respectful. And it's never good to be like a stumbling block to others. Like I myself, there's like a female friend I have. I met her in high school. There's times when she calls me, she's like, oh, Brian, how come you don't visit me no more? I don't call her sister because she's not saved. She's stuck in special needs class. And the only reason I don't visit her, I only visit her when her mother's there or when her aunt's there. When she's alone, I don't want to go visit her. Or if I do, I make sure somebody goes with me. I don't like going there by myself. So, sisters, if you guys ever ask me, oh, brother Brian, how come you don't call me no more? You don't hit me up anymore? It's because of that. I don't know I don't know what you do like behind closed doors. I don't know. Maybe you have a boyfriend, on Instagram, and I don't want to like get in the middle of your relationship. I don't want your boyfriend to be DMing me, flooding my DMs, and be like, oh, why are you talking to my girlfriend? Why? Oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kick your ass and this and that. I don't have time for that kind of drama. So for the sisters on this here, it's everyone in general. I'm not talking to one person. I'm talking to everybody in general. You know, if you think I'm a stumbling block, or if you think I'm not even gonna get offended if you unfollow me, do what you're gonna do. If you think that I'm not edifying you, or you think just the unfriend button and the unfollow button. If you help me on Facebook, if you the unfriend button's right there. Likewise, the unfollow button's right there. Because I myself had unfollowed women in the past who dress up in bikini, dress up very immodest. You know, I rebuked them in the past. Some of them they blocked me because not only that they're being a stumbling block, but I don't want them to like cause other people to sin. There was one point. I'm not gonna mention the sister's name. I told her that it's not that a Christian woman's supposed to dress modestly, and I got blocked before because I seen like a lot of so-called brothers liking her photos, putting hearts, the emojis that they look hot. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I don't like the word sexy. It's very worldly. So, brother, if you call your girlfriend or your wife that, repent. It's worldly. It's very worldly and it's very carnal to call in my opinion. I think it's very carnal to call someone that. Yeah, I mean, likewise with the woman, if you call your husband or your boyfriend sexy, or I don't know, I just think it's kind of carnal worldly. I don't know. The Lord has convicted me from giving women my number. That's why I stopped. The only time I do message up some particular sisters on my Instagram is only like for prayer requests, like because I'm very close to them. They're very close to me. We know each other like for a year or two, and the Lord has used me to help them grow in their walk. But that's it. I'm not gonna mention the sister's name, but her husband, is not a believer. She married the guy, before she got saved. Well, I don't know how it goes, but I'm not gonna get into a lot of details. But that's the reason I'm closer to the sister, because her husband is not saved. Okay, but at the same time, I respect. I don't be like DMing, flooding her DMs like every single day. Because you know, there's another sister who told me one day that she would love me to come to Florida, but I'm like, I would like to meet you too, but is your husband gonna be there? Is your husband gonna be there? You know, because there's nothing wrong. If you want to meet a brother or sister in Christ in person, there's nothing wrong. Absolutely not. But boundaries, and be careful not to be too nice. Like I've learned that myself. I can't be too nice to the sisters because I don't want the sisters to take my kindness like the wrong way, because oftentimes I get asked like why I'm too serious, why am I too serious, like you know, another occasion, my response, there was like a lady, I believe from Nigeria. She was like messaging me on Messenger. Um, I say hello, God bless you, and she was messaging me again. She told me she wants to be friends, and this and that. But she told me that I sounded rude because I told her, is there any reason why she's messaging me? And she told me that it was rude. Now she's asking her questions like, "Why you're messaging me? I left you on read once, and you say hi to me again." And obviously, when someone leaves you on read, it means stop bothering me. Like I want to be left alone. You know, yeah. I wanted to talk about stumbling blocks, and a lot of you guys, brothers and sisters, you guys do very well not to be messaging people from the opposite sex in private, because there could be a lot of stumbling blocks. Let alone if they're married, um, you know, and of course, even I had this talk too, like with other people from my local church. They admonished me to, to be very careful. They didn't tell me to stop talking to females, but I need to be very careful because they told me that um, respect is important. You know, because there are sisters. Like for example, in my youth class, I might ask the youth leader. There's a sister I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm concerned. But I'm not gonna call her right away. I don't even have her number, so I'm gonna have to like ask the youth leader, and ask him what happened to the sister, why she hasn't been coming to church. Because I care about your walk, bro. Regardless of who you are, even if you're not close to me, I care about your walk. You know, I don't want you to be led astray. Just hang out with the right people. And but from now on, I don't know if if I need a prayer request or if I have something serious to talk about, I'll probably go to a closer brother. You know, um, yeah, or sometimes I myself will talk to a sister like through their husbands. Their husbands must be present. Like if you're a sister, if you're closer to me, just to let you know, I don't want to talk to you. When your husband's not there, I want to talk to you when your husband is there. So he could like monitor the conversation, making sure um, that none of us, say nothing we're supposed to be saying, because, now I know what the sister meant, of a stumbling block too, it's very dangerous, like, I mean, if you want prayer, if it's something very serious, if you're a sister, I would recommend you to ask a closer sister for prayer, or if you're a brother, tell someone you trust for prayer. Maybe there's a situation because we all need prayers. In Galatians 6:2 says to bear one another's burdens. So yes, I wanted to jump on here and tell you guys to be very careful with the stumbling blocks. It's very dangerous. I'm glad that the sister received that the how do you call it, the exhortation, I guess, about messaging guys, in private, on social media, because there's a lot of stumbling blocks and there's a lot of rumors and lies, And again, I'm not attacking you, sister, if you watch this video. I'm very glad, that you're fearing the Lord. I fear the Lord too, like, I myself, like I said, let's say there's a sister who lives like 2 blocks away from me. I'm not gonna go jump at her house. Nah. I mean, if I do, I'll ask first. I'll ask her husband if she's a married woman. Say, oh, can I, kick it with you guys? Can I, like, eat lunch with you guys or so? Or, I mean, nowadays, I don't really visit people as much as I used to. I don't like visiting people. I just like being, like, distant sometimes because I'm a little bit of both. I'm an introvert and I'm an extrovert. I like being alone sometimes. Like, right now, I'm alone, there's literally nobody. I put my phone aside. I don't want to know, like, I love Brother Alex. I love all the brothers, who fellowship with me. But sometimes I want to be alone. I want to be alone sometimes. Period. You know? But yeah, you know, just an exhortation, with the stumbling blocks, brothers, please be very careful. Unless the sister's closer to you, then I would say DM them just for prayers, only for prayers. That's what I do. With the sister that I told you guys, I kind of like help her grow. Well, the Lord used me. I don't want to take credit for myself. He used me to help the sister grow in her walk. I remember one day she hit my DMs because I was feeling very down. I posted on Facebook one day that I don't have any purpose here, that I want to die, and this isn't that. I wasn't being dramatic, okay? There's times, even Jesus, I know Jesus gets me because he felt alone. He felt depressed too, Jesus understands us. We go through depression, we go through like all these hard times, Like in my prayer, I always ask the Lord, like, Lord, I just want to be with you, Lord. Like, take me home with you, Lord. Like, this is getting out of control. Like, this world's crazy. Please take me home. Yeah, I even had this talk with another brother. He was like also like advising me to be very careful and how I talk to women, though, because women could take my comment the wrong way. The Lord has convicted me of doing certain stuff. The Lord tells me to stop talking to the other sister, the one that I'm closer to. But again, I only reach out to her only for prayer. So if He tells me to stop, then I'll stop. And if He tells me to unfollow her, then I'll unfollow her. But right now, He hasn't told me nothing. I myself don't really like to unfriend or unfollow people, but I mean, if someone's gonna become a stumbling block in my life, then I'm gonna have to get rid of people. But I mean, I just wanted to talk about boundaries. I'm not, I'm glad, for you brothers, keep respecting God, keep fearing God, keep keeping His commandments, keep loving, be faithful to your wife. If you're gonna talk to a sister, if you're married, make sure your wife is present. Never talk to someone from the opposite sex alone. If you're unmarried, I believe there should be like two or three witnesses, maybe another brother with you. That's the way I want to do things. In my future relationship, or if I start like courting, I'm gonna have someone to come with me. I even a few days ago, I even asked the sister, would she be able to like can I keep her accountable? Like, for example, let's say I actually dating someone or courting. I would love her to be present with us while we talk and stuff, because to make sure things don't get out of control, things don't get out of hand. Because as a young man, guys, I want to please the Lord, I want to please Him, I want to live in the fear of Him. I don't want to do nothing that's going to offend my God. So, yeah. I hope this video is edifying to you. I'm sorry if I was stuttering too much. Again, I have autism. Sometimes I lose what I'm going to say. I stutter too much. So bear with me, saints, okay? God bless you guys. I hope everybody's having a good day in Jesus' name.